Gaming history is full of legendary franchises, but as time passed by, some of them have been left behind. I'm Star Viper, and today we're diving into the best forgotten video games. These titles had massive potential, but for some reason or another, they disappeared from the spotlight. Let's take a quick look. Starting the list with Prototype. Now, Prototype was a true masterpiece in my opinion, and until now I still do not understand why it has been completely forgotten. It was a breath of fresh air to the open world action genre, where you played as Alex Mercer, a shape-shifting anti-hero with insane abilities unseen in any game before. The game had a unique power system, fluid movement, and over-the-top destruction. Prototype just made you feel like an unstoppable being that could decimate everything around it. It got a sequel in 2012, but it did not meet the player base expectations, and after Activision shut down Radical Entertainment, the franchise faded away, while also getting overshadowed by Infamous. Remember the everyday long question, but can you run Crysis? When Crysis launched, the game was so ahead of its time that most PCs struggled to handle it. With a futuristic nanosuit, players had access to super strength, invisibility, and speed, turning combat into a sandbox of destruction. The graphics were jaw-dropping, but after a lackluster third game and an average remaster, Crysis nearly vanished. Moving on to Killzone. Killzone was Sony's big-budget FPS featuring a gritty science fiction war against the Hellghast. It had incredible gunplay and visuals, especially Killzone 2 and 3. The final game, Killzone Shadowfall, that was launched in 2013, was a PS4 launch title, but since then the franchise has disappeared and we did not get any news about it. Could it be that Horizon Zero Dawn overshadowed the franchise, or are we going to get a sudden new Killzone game from Guerrilla Games? We will have to wait and see. Next we have F-Zero GX, which was an insane high-speed futuristic racing game that was a hype at its time. It had brutal difficulty, but also an underrated story mode sadly. The graphics though were mind-blowing for the period it was launched. Despite its cult following, Nintendo has left the series untouched for over 20 years, making the statement that there is nothing new to add for the game to get a sequel. Before Tekken and Street Fighter dominated, Virtual Fighter was king. Virtual Fighter 4 was one of the best 3D fighting games ever made, with deep mechanics and insane precision. Despite its influence, Sega never pushed the series like its competitors. Virtual Fighter 5 got a minor re-release, but VF4 remains a lost gem. With this being said, we come to an end of today's episode. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any gaming news. Also let me know in the comments down below if you would like to see a second part of the best forgotten video games, as there are definitely more lost masterpieces out there. See you in the next video. Respect.